working to become financially free so we don't end up smoking crack like this brother right here.
Yo.
This is sad if this is the case. I haven't seen this, but if he started smoking crack.
I want to do a story time about how I started smoking crack.
Oh my days. Worst thing you could ever do to yourself.
It was the year 2020. The year COVID came.
So he stopped.
I was hustling, and the year before that, I was on pills real bad, y'all. The fake fentanyl pills. I thought they was real at the time, and I was on those, you know. And I got kicked out of my mom's house like in the end of 2019. My mom kicked me out because I had cussed her out. Because like when I used to do them like on fentanyl, I do not shut up. Like it's like being drunk. It's like I can like like being on like dope, like
Times
heroin
10.
or like fentanyl. It made me feel like I'm drunk and I do not shut up. Like I can't, and I feel like I'm damn invincible. Like I can say anything to anybody and I just don't care what I say. I think that's kind of like why I don't like drinking too, because I never liked alcohol, like, and I still don't. I don't care to drink, but yeah, I had my mom kicked me out the house when I was 19. Damn, hold on, this is kind of like far back, but it kind of makes sense though. But anyways, yeah, before crack, I was already popping pills. That was my shit at the time, just popping pills. And I'm not glorifying drug use, y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all, like, how this happened. Like, but yeah, I was, my mom kicked me out the house. And I had just got, and this is right after I came home from college, anyways.
Came out of college, his mom kicked him out. He's describing what it's like smoking crack. In this case, for him, it's like being drunk. You feel like there's no limit or nothing. But what you guys don't know about this young gentleman over here is he's also homeless and he's currently living in a storage unit. We're watching this video not to bash or to say, oh, this is very bad, because anyone can arrive at this situation. But you want to learn from someone else's situation. You never want to be the individual that, okay, well, you know, I want to try something for myself as well. If you've been told and you've seen the negative consequences that can arrive from doing X, why must you do it so you can make the same mistake they made? Just avoid it. So a smart person learns from his own mistake, but a wise person learns from other people's mistakes, because I don't need to make those exact same mistakes. Let me know if you agree in the comments.
But I was hustling, popping pills. And,
like the video, please.
Running my damn mouth. And my mom kicked me out the crib, and so I had to go move in with my dad. And so I moved in with my dad, and nothing really changed. You know, I just kept hustling, popping pills, and you know, and then eventually COVID came, you know, and you know, I'm hustling, and my knee gave out on me, man, because you know I played sports and stuff, and I wasn't always taking care of my body, bro. Like my knee, I had to have another surgery on my knee, and I just made it worse because they started prescribing me pills, which didn't really like help the situation up, because it just made me feel like, oh, it just made
more addicted.
It just made me think it's that more cool, and then I started drinking lean and stupid, like. But yeah, and then so I'm getting prescribed pills, and when them run out, like, and I'm abusing them, like. Every time I get a script, it's gone either that day or the next day. Like, they not lasting that long. But and then I go buy some more fake pills. But had my surgery April Fool's Day of 2020. And I had to learn how to walk again, bro. I was down for like 3 months.
That's insane.
And then I was down for 3 months and I had to learn how to walk again. So boom. And then like soon as around the time I started learning how to walk again, and I'm still hustling the whole time I'm on crutches, bro. I'm still hitting plays, and you know, like I'm still doing my thing, bro. Like stupid, like, but you know, and then I ended up taking a trip to California for my birthday. So like what? Hold on, 5 years ago, around this time, yeah, I went to California by myself. I was out there for 4 days. Had a good time. And I came back. I spent all my damn money. Because I don't know, I just felt like, I just felt the need to like, I was so depressed, bro. Like, I feel like an old ass man, bro. Like, I gotta learn how to walk again and shit. And it's like my body just, I don't know, bro. I was just so depressed. Because I'm hooked on drugs and selling drugs, and it just wasn't a good look, man. And so I come back from California, and I'm driving, and I'm smoking weed too. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I was doing that, bro. Like, I don't know. It's beyond me, y'all. But like, so I, like, you know, I'm getting weed from the dispensary. So like when I get back, in Michigan, weed legal just like how it is in California, like recreational. So I was like, so as soon as I get back to Ohio, I'm like, man, I gotta go to the dispensary in Michigan. And then my damn car break down. As soon as I hit Detroit, my car break down. So one of my homies, I called one of my homies, come pick me up. And but he came and got me, and I ended up just leaving my car there. And this is my first car, my first ever car. It was a Hyundai XG350. You know, but my car break down. My friend come get me, and I go back to Lima. Now I don't got a car, and I'm broke. Well, I probably got like $500, but just a few days before I had a few thousand. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
So hold on. Whenever I'm watching videos like this, I always try to put myself in the person's shoes and situation. And I genuinely believe they never thought that they would arrive at the current situation or scenario that they're in. And I feel like most people, and I'm not saying this is the case for him, but just giving a random example, most people who turn out to become thieves or criminals, they weren't born criminals. They weren't born, okay, one day I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to someone that's going to cause me to get a life sentence in jail. One day I'm going to steal so much that I'm going to get locked up for a very long time. But it's just habits. And that's why on this channel we focus on good, positive habits, financially, mentally, that will help you strive to become a better individual long term. That's the key, long term. Because if you focus on habits that will provide for you, that will feed you long term, I promise you, things like this, they're extremely unlikely to happen. Anyone can get unlucky, anything can happen, we know. But we're working hard today so we can enjoy tomorrow. It's like doing your homework before the activity or the fun sports activity that you have. Because if you do it before, then you get to fully enjoy the activity without even thinking about your homework. But if you choose fun first, midway through enjoyment or fun, you're already thinking, oh, I've got that homework that's waiting for me. I've got that assignment. I've got this. I've got debt. I can't even fully enjoy this holiday because you've got this debt looming over you, you see? So that's why financially we work on our finances. We make sure we've got an emergency fund. You're not in debt. If you are, you're paying it off. You're not being silly with your money, being diligent to avoid things like this, being homeless living on a storage. Everybody's got different scenarios and instances that could happen in their life. So we don't personally know exactly what took place. But what I know is each and every single one of us can avoid things, try our best to avoid things by being smart with our finances. You know, and I'm sure he'll put his hands up and admit it. There's been several times in his life where he's just wasted money. There was a season where he was just receiving money, but he didn't think, let me save it, let me do X, Y, and Z because he's fairly old, right? So, as I said, this is not to judge him because this can be anyone, but this is a warning for each and every single one of us, myself included, to be wise with our finances.
And it's looking bad, man. And my people's like, yeah, man, you can, if you want to start, you can take over my third shift at the spot, moving the other shit. I'm just like, yeah, come on. So, I ain't selling weed no more. Now I done graduated. Now, mind you, I'm still popping pills. But now I can't pop, I can't be down no more. So now it's just like I gotta start doing. I'm falling asleep in the spot. Like, how the hell I'm hustling, falling asleep with all this money on me? Like, so now I start making money, but I'm still like, okay, something got to change because I just can't keep falling asleep. I'm missing out on money, bro. Like, people knocking on the door, I'm telling them I'm missing out on money because I'm too busy nodding out. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, but so I'm like, okay, I need to stay up. So I had this bright idea to start doing Adderalls. And I had done Adderalls before, but now it was just like, okay, I need to do them to stay up and to stay high. So, I started doing Adderalls. And it's like, damn, this shit costs too much. It's like, nah, it's like, okay, it's now like, I'm making money, but I'm still getting high, and okay, now I'm staying up. But it's like, okay, well, I got crack, so that's an upper. And then people at this time, I remember like people were saying I had bad dope, and I remember like when I buy weed and before I sell it, I'll be like, okay, so let me try my weed first before I even to know how good it is. So I thought it would be the same thing with the dope, and let me just see what it's like because they saying it's bad. So I'm trying to figure out how, like, and I'm trying to like figure out how it's good, who got the best, and that's where I fucked up because that's where I fucked up. But that was literally, I remember that being my thought process. Like, okay, I'm just gonna treat this like it's weed, and so I can stay up and so I can stay high.
That's why I don't even smoke weed or smoke in general.
I remember watching because I'm so observant. Like, I'm very observant, and I just always watched them how they load up a pipe and fix it up and smoke it. So I already knew how to do it. It's just about, okay, well, let me. First I was doing it in like a black, because I used to smoke Black and Mild. Back then I was smoking Black and Milds. I wouldn't even smoke a cigarette yet. I take a rock and put it in my Black and Mild and smoke it like it's in the pipe. But it never got me high. Like, it just, like, it didn't do nothing. So boom, then I just was like, okay, well, let me put it in some weed then. I rolled it up in some weed, and that was like, okay, it's like, yeah, now it tastes nasty though. Like, weed, and I don't know how people was doing Primos because it just wasn't, I didn't like that. Like, it was not a good, I think I did that once. I think I only did that one time. I might have did it twice, but I think I only did it once, and I put it in the backwood. Like, that was fucking the nastiest shit I ever did. But so boom, I did that, and then I didn't like that, and I don't know, probably like a week later. So now it's around like Thanksgiving, and I remember this exact day, like it was yesterday, and I was at the spot, and nobody there, right? And I think my uncle had, like, I left something for my uncle, and he supposed to leave the money there, but he ended up not leaving the amount of money he was supposed to bring, and it just pissed me off. And then I was just so mad, and I was just sitting there like, man, fuck it, I'm about to try this shit, bro. Why this shit? Because this shit, why is this shit so damn good? Like, why, like, what make these, like, I just had to figure, I just needed to know what the fuck it was like. For some reason, I just had to know. And I went to the store and got me a pipe, because he already had the char boy there. It was already some at the spot. Like I said, I already knew how to, like, you know, load it up and shit. And I'm all by myself. Like, nobody was with me. And I forgot to mention, I had asked, because I remember being around, I remember being at the spot, and I remember like this girl that eventually became my girlfriend. I asked her to let me hit her pipe. This was probably like a couple days before I actually go do this shit on my own, and she like, no, she wouldn't let me. I'm like, yeah, just let me hit, because I thought it was so fucking fascinating blowing out all that damn smoke. It just was fascinated with smoking, period. Like, I always thought smoking was fucking cool, like just being able to blow smoke out. That's why I still like smoking. I still think smoking is fucking cool. I love smoking, you know, like, just being honest.
Appreciate the honesty, but I hope he stopped for his own good, because videos like this is great to make it to influence others, but you also need to essentially realize that I'm not actually doing anything if I don't take the actions myself. Because yes, you've influenced others, but you only have one life, and if you go by yourself. You pay the prices by yourself. So it's all good and well, but my prayer for you, brother, is everything you're saying there, you actually use it as a solid pillar to be able to do a 360 for your life, and realize that it's all my fault. As a man, it's all my fault. I'm here in this situation because it's my fault. The moment you realize it's all your fault is the moment you take charge of your life, and you realize, since it's all my fault negative, it's also my fault in a positive way. I can swing around and change my life. Everybody's self-made, but only the successful will admit it. So, self-made millionaire, yes. Self-made brokey, you done that. Self-made homeless, and so forth and so forth. So, for example, I'm taking measures in my life to help ensure that I reduce the odds and the likelihood of going homeless or going broke. Like it happened to me recently. Just entered my 30s and was completely down bad, completely broke. Well, we're being able to swing it around because sacrificing, being diligent, staying away from things that me personally, I know if I was to smoke, I'll be addicted to it, because I've got an addictive personality. I've got addictive traits. In fact, like, when I like something, I like it. When I do something, I like to do it well. So meaning equally the same as well with negative things, right? If I get hooked onto something negative, I tend to just do it a lot, you know? So I know myself, and that's why I purposely stay away from alcohol, don't drink and all of that, try and live an actively fit life, because these are things that, you know, they will do you good. We only have one body. Why don't you take care of it? I believe life is God's gift to us, and the way we live our life is our gift back to God. So make the most of it, you know? Live like you live like there's no tomorrow, because one day there won't be any tomorrow. Live like you will die one day, because one day you will die, essentially. So let death be your motivator. But yeah, as I said, on this channel we focus on finance, and I believe this video was a inspirational video that will help us make our choices clear, our good choices. That is, who else randomly saw this on their feed and immediately clicked on it? 15,000 people, 100%. Insane algorithmic pull, 100%. YouTube said, y'all got to hear this. 100%. So this was very inspirational. Enlightened me. YouTube world recommendation. So everyone basically just ended up here because of YouTube recommendation. I'm glad I stopped at weed. You see that? So it starts, just like I said earlier in the video, nobody starts off as a thief. It's just bit by bit before you know it's too late. Nobody starts off, you know, ending people, if you know what I mean. It's just bit by bit. Start off with animals, you know, insects here and then little animals, little fluffy rabbits. Before you know it, I've always wanted to see what it's like to do it to, you know. So you get exactly what I'm on about. But yeah, this was amazing anyway. How I started smoking crack. Automatically click. Mad respect to you for sharing your story. Big up indeed. Share your experience in the comment section down below. Have you ever smoked what he's talking about? Have you ever done it? What's your current situation? I'd love to hear from you because I read every single comment. Like the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless.